Alright. Alright. Almost forgot. Alright, and what is going on, everyone? Let me just do something really quick. Yeah, that's good. Okay, yeah. So, what is going on, everyone? Mega here. This is Mega, and welcome back to another stream. And it has been a long time since I last did a stream. I've been working with a lot of stuff, and with this whole situation, I just haven't had the time to to sit down and stream. But we are back with another stream, and you know what? Actually, I'm gonna change this up a bit. Change up my screens a bit. And I'll put this like right over here. Like that. Okay. Alright. Okay. There we go. Alright, so yeah, and so welcome to another stream, and today we're gonna be discussing some new stuff. There's gonna be some changes with these streams. With these changes, I hope to be able to do these streams more often. And so yeah. So basically what's going to happen is that, unlike in the previous streams, well, what I've been doing is if I'm actually showing like the entire process of doing this visual novel, but instead of like having you sit through me like doing the long process of making the spray and then going in and like adding it in, I'm not going to be doing any of that because I already showed you that already. So what would be the point of like doing that over and over and over again? So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing here. And yeah, and so I think I'm actually just going to put this back. Let me put this over here. Okay, there we go. All right. So yeah, we're gonna basically just instead of just like doing what I have been doing and just showing you the entire process, I'm just gonna be showing you doing a stream for of the visual novel once I have a full page of dialogue done, and that way I don't have to go through like the entire process over and over again. And that way it's more content to show than just me like doing like minuscule stuff. And of course, in between that, there's going to be some time where I'm still working on it. So in between that, I'm gonna be doing some game streams, and so what's on the plan right now is you can actually see it on my desktop. Is Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc Limited Edition. So in between these in between this visual novel development, when I'm still working on stuff, that's what we're gonna be streaming. Yeah. And so in today's stream, it's not going to be that long. What we're going to be going over is that I'm just going to be showing what I have, basically. There's been some changes to the visual novel, but so let's wait for Ren'Py to open up. Close this. And so basically, I ran into some problems, so I had to remake the project from scratch. So that's why this is named like this. But so let's launch the project. And so right away you can see I adjusted the Ren'Py logo. I created a new logo, which is a lot better than the one that I had. And so now we're back on the main menu. I also changed some stuff up. I added in the name of the game. I also created a an an icon. And so if you guys want to know how to do all this, just let me know, and I can show you how I did it. But that would probably be like a small video because it's not that difficult to do at all. And so you'll notice that I removed, if you've been following these streams, you'll notice that I removed the gallery because I really don't have a lot of background images right now. And so I felt that it wouldn't really be, what's the point in having a gallery right now if I don't have like a lot of images to test with. So I also went with image maps for the buttons. So these are images that's and they when the mouse hovers over it, it changes to a different image, and that's why it glows. The idle is just a lower opacity. It's just the same image but a lower opacity, so that's why it looks like it glows when it's just like the hover one is just full opacity. All right, and so let's go into the settings so we can take a look at how the settings look. I'm not doing the image map for these buttons because it's the background is the book already, so and it wouldn't really look that good. So let's go into about. I changed this up a bit because one, the artist I was using is no longer on this project, so I removed him from the about. I also changed it up so to represent that we are no longer using Maya because Maya is pretty bad, and it's and Blender is a lot better for interior images. I use RuneStar.com, which allows me to create really good renders without actually having to model anything. And then as you can see the music composer, you can see the version that it was made in, and I aligned everything so that it looks like it's actually written on here. These every single one of these lines are H boxes, so I had to manually like move them into the correct position. All right, and I don't think I changed anything in help, but let's take a look at that. Yeah, mouse help. Okay, and go back to keyboard help. Okay, and so yeah, go to return. All right, and so let's go into new game. And so I'm just going to go forward a bit because we already saw all of this. Now, the reason I went forward a bit is because I wanted to show you what the backlog looks like. And it looks pretty good, I think. Yeah. You can see like everything is spaced out pretty good. The return button is placed all the way over here. We have our custom scroll bar, which I customized myself. Yeah. All right. And so the last thing I need to show you is the custom skip bar that I created. I'm gonna go back to the beginning of the game so I can show you that. So now pay attention to the top corner of the screen. So I'm gonna press new game, and I'm just gonna hold on to control, and you can see it. Now I know that was very quick, so just pay attention to here if you missed it. So yeah, it's basically the same thing. If in case you missed it, it's basically the same thing as the backlog. It's the same exact image, and I didn't even add the text. Renfrey handles that itself. And yeah, and so now let's go through, and that's pretty much everything that's been changed. And so now let's go through and let's actually go through the game. It was pretty chilly out that day. When winds whirling around like whistles, blowing the frost across the rooftops, carrying them across the pavement. It was fairly dusty despite only being early in the evening. As a result, you can probably still witness the delicious sight of the juicy grilled steak the family of four feast on. I I was in that family of four, of course, and I had just finished eating my meal. Mm, but the fragrance that emitted from the food, yeah, there's some typos in there, so I'll have to fix that. It was so great, even after having my fill, it still made me hungry enough to desire more. Mommy, can I have more? I pled for seconds. That's all you're getting. You should have thought twice before eating so quickly. Damn, I was shot down. Sitting on the table looking around, I took in the silence around me. You know what? Actually, I think I'm gonna. No way, I can't. No, never mind. While sitting on the table around, I took in the silence around me, and that was some ATL right there. I mean, it obviously wasn't silent. I could clearly tell the woman, my mother, and her man were were conversing, but I had little to no care what they were saying in the first place. I muted their presence from my head. The room was practically silent to me. The hunger was still getting to me though. Even if I was full, I didn't care. I just looked around the table until something just so happened to catch my eye. It was the little girl sitting right next to me with her plate full of barely eaten steak, almost noticing that she was a very slow eater. What a picky eater, I thought to myself. Oh, how vulnerable she really is. A great sense of joy shot off through my body, just thinking about the delicious steak that would find itself home in my belly. I waited for the right moment, the perfect moment. The very moment she would look away, what was the moment I was going to strike. Soon enough, she did look off. Just at that moment, my arm reached out, reaching to quickly rip off a delicious piece of that juicy steak. And that was a V punch. Slap. And just as my hand reached for the plate, the woman slapped my hand away from it. No, my plan, it was foiled. But on second thoughts, I realized that my plan was doomed from the start. The little girl, that little witch, my little sister, would have probably started crying. Throwing the most obnoxious temper tantrum had I actually succeeded. In that moment, all seemed lost. That I would go to bed still hungry for some more of that juicy tender steak. But it was then the man gave me the remaining half of his steak, despite his woman's wishes. And yeah. And that's all we have in the visual novel right now. Yeah, so I completely customized Renfrey, and I was able to produce this. There's gonna be more work gonna be to be done, and we're gonna. So next off I have to make some new sprites, and just write more dialogue, because right now I'm not at the point where I need a gallery, but I will need one eventually. So, and that's why I don't have one coded yet, because I really don't need one right now. So yeah, and that's pretty much gonna do it for this stream, because The stream was I knew this stream was going to be a very short one because that's all I needed to show was just a little update on what's going to be happening with the streams. Just to recap, once I have a good amount of dialogue done, that's when the next visual novel stream is going to be, and in between we'll be doing some Python stuff, and we'll also be like doing some Danganronpa streams. So yeah, this has been Mega, and I will see you again next time.